drive that?
Yeah, and I don't know whether the episodes that you've done that have talked to people at the sharp end of this, so the people who are actually responsible for changes in land use, either around food production or around forestry or whatever else it might be, I don't know whether they've surfaced their massive frustration about being on the receiving end of tons of criticism about the continuing destruction of modern farming, but having to work with a government that will not come up with an alternative vision for land use in the UK, which would allow farmers to transition to all those kind of alternatives that you're talking about. And I really feel for farmers today, because I think they've been suckered into thinking there's a kind of post-CAP, Common Agricultural Policy world, which would be the sort of nirvana equivalent, and that subsidies would be shifted to allow them to do some of the things they couldn't do. Well, we don't get any indication of that at the moment, about how those subsidies are going to be shifted. So a lot of farmers who need to be planning over a 4, 5, 6 year cycle because of their crop rotations and so on, have no idea whether the government is actually going to be supporting transitions of that kind, transition to low carbon, much higher quality, biodiversity friendly, healthier farming practices. And if they're not going to get that support, quite honestly, many of them won't survive.
No, I mean,
they just won't survive.
We're doing lots of work with farmers at the moment that are trying to diversify their estates,
exactly.
i.e. build on them, because they need that subsidy to support the farming practice. So they're going to be, potentially large parts of land are going to be sold off. And a friend of mine is doing a lot of work with elms, and what that may look like, which is the Environmental Land Management Scheme to replace the Common Agricultural Policy, as that has already gone. So there's a lot happening in how that could look, but the problem is, as you say, there's no certainty on what it's actually going to be. And again, we have evidence. This is what's so frustrating. There's so many good examples, like in Costa Rica, where they pay for the services that the land provides. And that's absolutely a logical way to do it, because it drives investment in sustainable land management, which brings return to the taxpayer.